Now we're recording?
Yes, we are recording, but I don't hear anything on that side.
We can hear you.
Well,
You hear
Robin,
me?
can you give us a thumbs up?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
We
you.
hear her.
That is a good question.
Robin, say something too.
We can't hear.
This is Robin. Can you
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can't hear you.
You can't hear?
Oh, she's right
I hear
there.
you.
She go.
The others on Zoom.
We can't hear them, they can hear us. Okay.
Yeah.
Are the speakers turned on?
It says turn up the.
Yeah, turn up volume.
Where I want to go to.
Back.
Sorry, speak.
Raji, yeah, that one. But.
Click on that blue button.
Hey,
Click that, yeah.
Robin, can you say something?
Can you hear me now?
Oh.
There we go.
Testing, testing. You can hear all of us?
Audio is
We can hear you outside.
like the voice of God.
Anything. Whatever you say, make it important.
Yes.
Right, lean fast.
Now,
Yes, Lamar Lyons Central.
Elise Swanson Coastal.
Airtight Northwestern.
Adele Healy Coastal.
Frank Anderson Central.
Brooke Smith, Northwest. Sam Rampy, Northwest.
Gepper Hurt Coastal.
Noel Gould Coastal.
Alan France Coastal.
Kane Nicholas, Northwest.
Thomas
Okay.
Norman, Northwest.
Robin Rudisell, Coastal.
Jason Herring Northwest. There.
That's it.
Move the agenda update from CD 15, I presume Axel is not here. Moving to the next item, State Senate Office, Brian not here.
Oh, Brian is here.
Brian's here.
Here's here. Okay, excellent.
Hey, howdy, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good to see so many familiar faces. Brian Martinez, Office of Senator Laura Richardson. I'll keep not much to report. First and foremost, sessions ended. Over a dozen of the senator's bills have been enrolled. More information about that will be shared as the governor signs the bills or vetoes it, etc. So we're just waiting on that information before we publicize more. But I'll send the link as well on the bills that were enrolled. Another thing, SB 79, the senator was very pleased to vote against it, thanks to everybody's community input. As it relates to bills, keep reaching out, keep sending me texts, emails, and I'm happy to facilitate that. It's my pleasure to do so. And last thing, the senator also sent a letter to the LA City Council regarding the West Harbor project against the appeal. We were glad to see the appeal did not go through and the project's moving forward. I should have more information for you as the governor signs more bills, but thank you.
Any questions for Brian?
Questions for Brian?
Yeah, I have one, but, do you know if the senator has any plans to lobby the governor for a veto on SB 79?
Lobby SB 79. I haven't even asked that, but I will ask now.
That would be great.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Doug, do you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just gonna reiterate our thanks for Laura's vote on SB 79.
Okay. Brian, it's always a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.
Okay. Number 4, Vincent Thomas Bridge update, Kane.
As far as I know, there hasn't been any changes or any communication that's come across my desk. I did see that there was an article in the newspaper in the other Times. It's not today or on the 20th. Just commenting on that. Saw that Elise was
I really tried to get the reporter to call Wilmington Neighborhood Council and others. I think she was on deadline. I did give her a lot of contact information for many community members.
Yes, thank you, because I thought that, anyway, so that's all I have at this particular moment. But better communications to Caltrans would be, a relationship would be ideal.
Any questions for Kane? Okay, moving on.
Oh, so sorry. This is Brian.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Hi, yes, I received an email at 3:32 from Caltrans. I'll just read it verbatim. I wanted to inform you an upcoming closure scheduled for Friday, October 3rd, affecting one southbound lane of SR 47 at Vincent Thomas Bridge finger joint repairs. The closure will be in place from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. between Ferry Street and Harbor Boulevard. I just got that earlier today.
Thank you.
Just for the one day?
Yes, that's what it says, Friday, October 3rd, so I'm optimistic, but if I hear anything else, I'll forward the email.
And Brian, do you happen to know, they're working on the on-ramp and that reconstruction over there, and that's closed. Do you know approximately how long that is going to be closed, that off-ramp to Harbor Boulevard there?
They haven't given me an exact figure, but I'll ask for an update. I asked last month, so I'll follow up.
All right, thank you.
You know, he can maybe come in next month and give us an update on all of that, the work that's going on too.
Anything else?
Rock has his hand up.
Oh,
Rock? Rock's on you.
Oh, 1 second, there he goes. Rock, can you talk?
let me text. See there he is. I'm here and I can see stuff, but no one can see me. Please promote the art walk at Town next week.
Visibility.
Okay. Well, you can hear us. We'll make that announcement at the end of the agenda.
He needs to be elevated to a participant.
Yes, he did not, he declined a few minutes ago.
Okay, I'll make the announcement.
Anything else for Kane on Race to the Bridge? Brian, any other comments? Okay, seeing none, moving on to Jedi Zone update. At
What
least,
about Robin, number 5?
oh, I'm sorry, Robin?
Yeah, sure. SB 79, quickly. It passed the minimum required number of Senate votes. And so it's, unless the governor vetoes it, it's law. I got 21 votes in the Senate. And so now the challenge is to hope that the governor vetoes the bill and there's anti-SB 79 organizations organizing, writing, letter writing efforts. There's pro-SB 79 organizing, telling the governor not to veto it. EMB, Streets for All, those guys. So we really don't know yet what's going to happen. There's a lot of pressure on the governor, but we do know this is a huge change. If it goes through, it's going to have an enormous impact on our city. A lot of what's now single family zoning will essentially become multifamily zoning. We've got water, sewer, police, fire, and school infrastructure that needs to accommodate the potential impacts of the bill. And, for a city that has a massive budget shortfall, that's very difficult to comprehend how we could do that. So anyway, we're waiting. I think the last day the governor has to veto it or it becomes into law is the 15th of October. So there's a ways to go. We don't know what he's going to do. But if any of you, as you know, we all were opposed to the bill. And if you want any information on how to write to the governor and all that, you can contact me and I can give you that information.
Any other opinion legislation, Robin?
What's that? Did you ask me a question?
Is there any other pending legislation that you want to report on?
Oh, no, that's the main one I've been following.
Okay, good enough. Jedi Zone update, at least.
Okay, we want to take one of Penn's. Sure, great. Thank you. I am super excited to announce that we had a very successful Jedi Zone kickoff earlier in the month, standing room only at Collage. We have now at this time 11 businesses are enrolled and moving through the program. Cafe Bodega, Bender's Eat Well Smokehouse, The Sardine, Mr. Valdez Mexican Food, El Principe Nightclub, Peninsula Eye Care Medical Associates, San Pedro Ballet School, Blue Water Clay, Classic San Pedro, George's Barbershop, Casa Garbe Restaurant and Guest Harbor Inn. On the flyer that I'm sending around, it shows all of the different benefits for the zone. we're registering more businesses every day as they're moving them through the whole process. And vetting them to, make sure they're legally in the zone and going through all the paperwork. But one of the beauties of this program is with Peninsula Eye Care Medical Associates, it can also be used for reimbursement. So Dr. Bender had already spent money on rehabilitating the eye care studio, but he's able to apply for reimbursement on a lot of his planning and building and safety permits. So that was exciting for him. So I just continue to thank everybody for your support. Outreach is continuing. We've had some great outreach efforts with volunteers out on Pacific, and it was just wonderful to chat with all the business owners too as we went up and down Pacific Avenue a couple weeks ago. So I can take any questions, but it's the city is thrilled because of the engagement we're getting with the business owners. So our zone is, I said, I want to be number one in the city.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. So we're gonna get there. Yes,
And
Fred?
that was wonderful.
Looking under the eligible, on the sheet you passed out,
Yeah.
under the eligible improvements list. I don't see anything related to those ugly iron bars, or that's not within the scope of this, or?
Through the facade improvement program, and Caitlin was at the meeting. So Caitlin, feel free, Caitlin did registration at the meeting to interject if I miss anything. The architect's one-to-one studio, they will be working with the business owners on those iron bars. So through that program, they are eligible. What they're working with some owners on that don't want, they're trying to move them to the inside. I know you can still smash the glass, but they're trying to look at different treatments to, if they can't convince the owner to remove the bars. What else can they do to improve the facade?
Well, I don't understand the security concerns,
Yeah.
but when you drive down any street and see those things, you get a
No,
bad
it's-
impression, and
Yeah,
it's not,
Sixth and
it's not
Sixth.
aesthetically pleasing.
Sixth Street, we've
Yeah.
got a lot of them out there on
Yeah.
Sixth, so they're gonna work with our owners, so hopefully, or our business owners, hopefully that'll help.
Thank you.
So I attended the meeting that
Thank you.
was, yes, and it was standing room only. It really was such a pleasure to see. And you could tell these were all, they walked there, all of the local merchants, husbands and wives, fathers and sons. I mean, it was quite educational. And the budget, what they're allowed is so much more. I mean, I thought it was going to be capped at 7,000 or 6,000. Sardines, it says get up to 75,000. They announced that sardines that after, I don't know, so after hours or late night
Music
club or.
venue.
Yeah, it's an interesting venue. I remember they came and did a presentation here a million years ago. But they were granted $75,000, that little corner spot.
Right, to improve the facade.
I was just so thrilled about the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yep,
And not everybody will be accepted, though. I'm not sure what the deal is. The owners of the properties have to be in agreement.
correct.
And most of the people that were at the meeting were tenants. They were
Right.
not, there was one couple that I think owned a couple
Right.
of spots.
So you're right. So there's the business owner, but the property owner has to sign off
They
on
have
the
to agree.
physical approval.
Yes, which makes sense because they
Right.
do own it. and they're
Right,
responsible.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, so yes, Noel.
You know what the criteria are to qualify?
I can pull that up and there's have to be technically legally in the zone. I mean, they'll help with violations, but they're looking for violations. I mean, there's an economic piece. I'll pull that up and bring it to our next meeting.
And they want to expand it tremendously.
Yes, we do.
And it's funded by the state?
It's funded by the city of LA through a variety of funding sources. It used to be a block grant program, but I don't know with what's happening with the federal funding, if it's going to be all block grant again. But, and then in addition to this, just so you all know, the Business Source Center is working in San Pedro now with legacy businesses and helping them getting additional funding through the city for businesses. Is it 20 years and over, Caitlin, or 25? I think it's 20. Yeah, that have been here established 20 years or more. And it, like the corner store, we're gonna try to help them, the new owners. It is a legacy business, even though they're new owners. Yes, Caitlin.
For legacy business, it's from the data they started operating no matter the location. So we have some legacy businesses that have switched locations throughout the years.
Yep.
But as it's the data they open their service business.
That's interesting.
So that's layered on top of
That's
it.
a thing.
Yes, I know. It's
Lovely.
very exciting.
Lovely.
Hard to imagine the property owner wouldn't want to take advantage of this because it's instant equity.
I know. I agree. So I know
Something about maintenance, something about them, they have to commit, sign a contract.
So what I can do is we can ask Luis Monterosa to zoom in the future. And he is the actual city employee through the former, I don't know, they're changing departments, EWDD and he can talk about the criteria and the process for these businesses going through.
Thanks.
So at any point in the future, possibly, is anything going to be done about sidewalks and curbs?
So yes, and that's, it brings resources to the zone and I will have, I'll bring the team in. I'm not an expert on the program. We've just been working the outreach. But I'll bring the team in to talk a little bit about that. But yes, Doug, short answer.
Any other questions for Elise? Going once, twice?
Question, is there a quota or, a max per area?
It's until the funding runs out and we have 3 zones in CD15. We have the most of any council district in the city. We have Watts, Wilmington, and San Pedro. So they're monitoring the funding. I mean, it doesn't stop the program, but it really impacts the facade improvements. Yeah. But we are, as Adele mentioned, we're working with Axel to get the
Yes.
zone expanded to
Bespoke.
22nd Street.
Yeah, bespoke.
Yes.
Very enthusiastic about the program.
Yes.
But legacy businesses don't necessarily have to be in that zone.
No, they can be citywide but for our community-wide. Yeah. And that is a great program. I'll have Luis come in and talk about that because he's got a list and it's interesting. You forget how many legacy business San Pedro has. And so we're trying to reach out to those individual owners to see if they need help.
Any other question for Elise? Going once, twice? We're on to the next item. Item number 7, status of CIS opposition to CF 25-0642. Robin?
Okay, well, switching from state law, SB 79 to now city law. This was a motion put in to request city planning and building and safety to report with recommendations regarding the feasibility and cost benefit analysis of citywide elimination of off-street parking requirements for new developments and changes of use. It's really a big deal, obviously. Especially in the face of the fact that we're already losing parking requirements related to alfresco dining. We already have AB Assembly Bill 2097, which is reducing parking requirements for new developments within a half a mile of a major transit stop. Luckily here in San Pedro, well, I don't think we have any stops that are meeting that definition, which is an existing rail transit station, a ferry terminal, or an intersection of 2 or more major bus routes with service at least every 15 minutes during commuting hours. So, but it's still, we have parking issues in our neighborhoods. And so I took a look at the council file just to give everybody an update. And I was pretty surprised at the number of neighborhood councils who are supporting this. It's almost, well, there's only 8 CISs filed so far. Coastal San Pedro is one of them. It was opposed unless amended. But the Neighborhood Council for Northwestwood, for Palms Neighborhood Council, and Los Feliz are all in favor of this. The ones that join us in opposing it are Greater Toccoa Lake, the West Side Neighborhood Council, and Harbor Gateway. And I wanted to share with you what Harbor Gateway said. They wrote a pretty good letter. Has the Northwest or Central Neighborhood Councils done a motion on this?
No.
I guess my point is I'd strongly suggest you do, if you feel strongly about, not or retaining the parking requirements we have and not losing those. Because
Send them our motion so they can see what we did.
okay, I think I did that a few times, but I'm happy to do it again. But I wanted to share with you, what did I say? Harbor Gateway's letter. It's really short. I'll just read it really fast. They said they are opposed to any study of citywide elimination of off-street parking requirements for new developments. We already continually hear reports from our stakeholders through our neighborhood council area about the impact of current apartment buildings, which have some on-site parking, but not enough for the number of people now living in each unit. The result is vehicles that park in the R1 neighborhoods, which they border. Most of our R1, R2 neighborhoods were built in the 20s and 30s with narrow street widths. These neighborhoods are already very dense, with many homes having ADUs on the property and many times families doubling up in the housing. These streets are already lined on both sides with vehicles. People even keep their trash bins in front of their homes all week to secure a parking spot. And the lack of parking creates a lot of tension between neighbors and those from the apartments who need a place to park. So the reality is that public transportation system in LA in our area is not yet adequate to enable most residents to manage their work, shopping, recreation activities without a car. We are already seeing a number of ED1 projects being approved that would have 40 to 50 units with no on-site parking. Just a bus that people have to wait 20 minutes to board in neighborhoods without grocery stores or any other type of basic amenities. I'll share that one too. I'll share the Coastal San Pedro letter and that one because I thought it was really well written. So in terms of the status of the motion, it actually went to a city council for a vote on September 16th. So that just happened. It was passed. The no votes were John Lee and Tim McCosker. So our councilman is supporting us in opposing this. But the rest of them, there were a couple absences, but the rest of them, voted for this study to be done. So I guess they're.
Because I think, Robin, it's a study, right? So we may get some really important information and data out of the study. Maybe that's why some of the NCs are supporting it, is to get the study and see what it lays out.
No,
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I won't bore you with reading the ones
Okay.
that support it, but that's not the reason. No.
Okay.
But I agree with you. I mean, we may find some good ideas. I don't know, but I think the intention is definitely to eliminate parking requirements.
And they're gonna spend $1 million on the study with what money?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Budget crisis. So, I don't know. I think with AB 2097 and all that, we've got enough to deal with, and, let's see how that goes before we start eliminating more parking. But as I said, I strongly encourage Central and Northwest to go ahead and bring this to your boards and see how you feel, hopefully in opposition, as our council member is and Coastal is. And Harbor Gateway is. So I'll send you the Harbor Gateway letter and the Coastal letter so you can see it. But right now it's being looked at by City Planning and Building and Safety. So we'll have to wait and see what they say.
So Robin, are they hiring a consultant to work with the departments to create the study?
They didn't say that, and I don't know.
Okay.
It just says.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Just City Planning in consultation with the Department of Building and Safety.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, it was supported or presented by Nithya Raman And Bob
Mhm.
Blumenfield and Katie Yaroslavsky supported it as a second. So they're the main thrust behind it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Robin,
Yeah,
the Harbor Gate, you're talking about Harbor Gateway North, right?
it just says, oh yeah, north.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're very good with planning stuff. Yeah.
So I'll send, who should I send it to? How can we get it out to everybody?
Robin, you can send it to me on Central.
Okay. And then you'll redirect it to everyone.
Correct, we'll send it to the committee.
Okay, I will do that. And if you have any questions, I've studied it quite a bit. Just feel free to ask me anytime.
Okay. Any other comments, questions for Robin? Going once, twice, moving on.
All right.
Robin.
Sure.
Item number 8, items of interest to the committee.
I have one, if it's okay. Adele and I are doing our outreach on 739 South Grand Avenue, which is a multifamily mixed-use project. It's currently being entitled right now. It's an ED1 project, but the council office has asked the development team to come in and do some outreach and a presentation. So more to follow. I've reached out several times to email and 2 voicemails to the development company, and hopefully we can get it on the next agenda. So we're going to keep working on it.
One, they want to make 7 stories.
So no, this is the one over on Graham. Are you thinking of the Nelson Way, which they're not returning?
Nelson is taller than that, I think. I thought the one on Grand was pretty big too.
Do you have it in your notes?
How many stories?
Yeah, when you were doing your research?
I saw the diagram. I'm trying to think.
It might be, I don't have that
Look
note.
like 7 stories.
Yes.
It's 7 stories. Yeah, 7 stories, 125 units, mixed use. And I saw it was like 120.
Yeah, but there's a bunch.
Yeah, they did include parking.
They didn't, and I couldn't tell from the pictures where the parking is gonna be. So that was one of I have to look at the plans.
Yes, but Adele and I are stalking them and
Well,
hopefully
You're
we,
stalking them.
Well,
I haven't
you're helping-
started yet.
well, you're helping me.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yes. And, hopefully with the council office's help, we can get them into the October 22nd meeting.
How long has this been on the table, this project?
No, well, it hasn't. I'm not
It
sure
has
the
been
history.
because, well, I first saw it come through on LoopNet and it was for sale. And so I was, curious about it. It came through first like the parking lot. They had it divided. It's like street to street with an alley. So it's 7th Street on one side, South Grand on 8th Street, and then there's an alley. So it's a very large parcel. It's a really nice sized parcel. So originally we thought it was just the parking lot, but then as we had more conversation and I started researching it, no, it included the building, which at one point was a school, I thought, and now it's a functioning church. Yeah. So he was attempting to sell it. He's owned it since 2016, and he was attempting to sell it. He acted like it was fully entitled already. It was a little bit like, well, is it really? And apparently it's still not entitled.
It's not titled.
So it's now off market. And, that's his goal, is to have it fully entitled, and then at least somebody must have told you that then he's gonna put it back on the market, fully entitled, and then sell it. It's not his intention right now to build it out.
Himself.
It's not a big enough,
moment.
yeah, it's not a big enough group, I would think, to get financing to. Plus, it's a headache, and they're located in Orange County, and it's Laguna.
Yeah, so more to follow. And then we are trying to get the Nelson Way developer in too, and we've asked the council office to help because they're non-responsive.
It's no parking.
Address.
So we'll definitely.
That's the no parking clause.
Yeah, that has no parking.
Very concerned about where are they gonna park?
Any news on the old courthouse site?
Yeah.
Everybody can ride their bike.
Yeah.
He's working on his financing. It's a very difficult project. The problem that he's faced with, why a lot of folks are not encouraged, is it's a land lease from the county. He doesn't own the land, so he's trying to finance the improvements, and so it's a very complex real estate development project. There are other folks in town who have said he should approach the county, which I think might be a good idea, and ask the county to sell him the land so he can proceed with the entitled project.
I think it's like a 70-year land lease.
Yeah, it's
So,
it's fully entitled. They've invested about $12 million in the planning and the entitlements and getting ready. They're got haul permits. They're ready to roll. It's just getting that final financing piece in place.
The original one was gonna be like 22 stories. Is this shorter?
Oh, the courthouse building?
No. The Nelson.
Nelson was, that was the Johnson Tate Tower. That was huge. Yeah.
Is it still that big?
No, my understanding is they've reduced the size and there's no parking. He had that 22-story tower, it was parked, believe it or not, had parked.
And there were 3 levels parking in that one.
Yeah. So, and we've talked to Axel and Pamela about it, and it's an ED1 and we really have no control over it. But we're hoping, and what I've tried to say to these folks is that we don't want to be in an adversarial role. We just want to understand what they're doing so we can prepare and be able to answer questions in the community, because they're Nelson Wade's going forward. And so I'm afraid that they're just all going to be in the parking lot out here at 6th and Mesa.
Yeah, and think of all the businesses.
No,
You put that many units in at that height with no place to park and pretend that everybody's like riding a scooter or a bike, which is silly.
right. Yeah, no, it's as I said, it's a great.
No parking for business.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunate. So, but according to some developers that, at least in our community, those are the ones that are moving forward now, are the ED1s. So.
Because they're ministerial.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the problem.
so, Trammell Pro's still going forward with the Green Onion site. They're proceeding, and I think they
Did
have.
they get the funding?
Well, I think they're close.
Japan? Remember he was on his way to Japan
Yes.
after our meeting?
Yes. I think they're
Funding
close.
here in LA or United States is
Yeah.
really
We'll
tight.
ask Alex for an update on that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
A quick update on the NOP for the EIR. It was originally sunsetted on September the 14th. Request was made through the 3 councils to ask for an extension of 60 days.
I think.
Yeah, let me, yeah, the NOP, the notice of preparation for Phillips. The original deadline was September 12, and really, the councils requested an extension. Tim McOsker stepped up and made a judicious threat with planning. So the neighborhood councils have until December 12 to comment. Hopefully you've seen your email that I forwarded from Dean.
Yes, thank you.
Vice President of Coastal, who prepared draft comments on the NOP. So please get back to him with anything on that.
Will that letter come to this group? Or the comment letter that Dean's?
It's up to each council to
Okay.
determine how it wants to handle it. I don't know I would recommend. Although I have to tell you, if we get it on the agendas for the councils for October, this meeting comes after that.
That's true. Yep.
So I would guess like Robin will take it up at Coastal's planning meeting so that we can then put it on our October agenda. And Northwest would be first and then
We'll be taking up
Central.
We'll be taking up in October.
So but because
November, right? Technically.
December
December
12th,
12th, okay.
What's the
personally,
urgency of putting it on in a
well,
week and a half if we have until
well,
December?
I'd like to get it done. Because
Well, it's massive.
I looked at the comments. The NOP is only like 10 pages. And the comments are like 2.5 pages. Hopefully, I sent them to a bunch of you folks, so hopefully you've read them. Um, you know, again, this is the notice of preparation. It's not the EIR or anywhere close to it. So, you know, I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but for Coastal San Pedro, I like to get this stuff done and out the door. You know what I'm saying?
The NOP is critical because any issues that are presented in the
Right.
notice of preparation must legally be addressed in the draft EIR and the final EIR.
Yeah, and I think
So it's
Dean's
an
done
opportunity
a
to.
very good job because those of us who met from Northwest and Central and kind of had a little education from Dean about what this is. I think he covered everything that came up. So, you know, but again, there's time, you know, to run it through whatever processes anybody wants to run it through. So,
Any other items of interest?
what's that?
Asking for any other items of interest.
I didn't hear you.
He's asking for any other items of interest.
No, that's all I've got. Look at the draft. That's the main thing.
So we'd probably have our planning meeting on the 11th.
I'll throw one out, Lamar, is to do a little bit with land use.
Native plants. Let me get.
Well, this Saturday, 3 days from now is National Public Lands Day, and there's a volunteer event at White Point from 9 to noon. And I've been down there. White Point's a good place to spend a few hours and do something constructive. And then it's a ways off, but November 2nd is a volunteer day at Peck Park, doing some habitat restoration on public lands there. So.
What would you be doing?
Peck Park
No, and
at White Point.
White Point, yeah.
I don't run the volunteer events, but it'll be a mix of planting and watering, probably some removal of non-native plants, seed sorting, different things for people with different abilities.
Any other items of interest?
Real quick, what was the date on that, Alan, you said?
I'm sorry,
This Saturday?
this Saturday, the 27th is National Public Lands Day.
Any other items of interest? Going once, twice. Moving on to public comment items out on the agenda.
I have an announcement from Rob. And he says he would like me to announce that the art walk will be at at Port Town Brewery for first Thursday. And the time is 5 to 8 p.m. And then just something fun, Caitlin, we've got our Mob Dogs retail boutique ribbon cutting on October 2nd, first Thursday, 5:30. This is going to be a lot of fun. This small business owner started out as a dog groomer and he's expanded the business into a retail boutique. So these are always a lot of fun.
Okay, any others?
Yeah, one more. Art of reform.
Oh, Lord.
One more 3-hour thing.
Yeah, I know it.
That was.
All I'm gonna point out is, I don't know how many, I never know who's getting emails besides me. But the Ethics Commission is actually going to do a Zoom town hall seeking, and I think they have a survey as well, seeking input on the city's ethics, which I know some of you may have some minor interest in.
Which means we'll never hear anything back about.
But I would highly recommend, go to the city ethics website, I'm sure it will be there. Sign up for the town hall and tell them what you think. Beyond expansion of the city council, ethics reform personally, I think is the major thing that they need to look at. And there are a number of proposals, including to some extent, shielding the ethics commission from city council and the other electeds. providing for a minimal budget with its own funding source so that city council can't essentially strangle the ethics commission financially and certain other things like that. Given the city council's track record over the last few years. Yeah. This could be a really important thing to pay attention to. But I give Ethics Commission a lot of credit for reaching out to folks and asking for their opinions. Because they will be presenting to the Charter Reform Commission at some point. So.
I'm sure that the people who are currently serving time, who used to be on the city council, had ethics complaints about them prior to that.
Well, sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it?
Serving time, you know, yeah. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but. You know, we don't get a lot of opportunity to make even a minimal attempt to fix things. And just knowing what's going on with the city. I think if we don't get some of this stuff done now, we will start seeing what we see at the state level with groups coming forward with ballot initiatives. And I don't think we want the city charter rewritten using ballot initiatives from a lot of interested parties. Anyway, that's my spiel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Going once, twice, third time. Our next meeting will be on October 23rd. And I'll be passing the baton over to Kane for that meeting.
I think that's correct.
For 22nd, right? Am I losing my mind or is it October 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth Wednesday, right?
Whatever that is.
22nd is Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure because I'm trying to get this developer in for a presentation. So, okay.
That's the correction we have on here,
Right?
23rd.
Okay.
22nd.
Didn't say that we're adjourned, but we are.
It is the 22nd.
I mean, just before I was the friends of the library meeting.
If there's nothing else.
All right.
Adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody.
Already done your report of duty.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to move the meeting along. Slow down, Lamar. Good job, Ken. What's that, Thomas? Say good job to you and Lamar.
Yeah.
You're right. Good job.
Let's do a technology check one more time.
You know, I couldn't get it off. Tried, but I think I was out. Yeah.
Sir, do we have coastal's comments on that 66 NLP?
Response tomorrow.
I'll bring it.
Yeah.
Sounds like meeting.
I can hold you.
You and Garrett.
You know what, I
Can update you on that conversation. It's about a week. I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. You can survive without me.
I didn't.
Well, I could, I guess.
Diana and Pipkin Zoom from the camp. Oh, yeah.
I'll be on the food boat. Oh, well, I guess it's those boats. Actually, by wells.
So.
Part of Northwest there.
Oh, I get the free drink package, so I might.
I live in the gardens. Okay, I'm right by Taper Elementary. Very close.
Because I parade. Okay, the statement is always on your parade. Yes.
So we passed
If you
it,
did.
but I haven't talked to Cheryl. So does she need to go on and fill out the application and do all that stuff?
You can do it online,
Yeah.
or I know Northwest wants a hard copy application, right? So it depends on,
So, yes, question. Yes, sir. How do I get on the mailing list? Okay. If you could remind me of your name one more time. Okay, Brooke Smith, not Brooke Shields, not Brooke Smith. Brooke Smith. Okay, so, yes, or. You better email today, didn't you? Yeah. All I get is a meeting announcement and that's it. I don't get any other email. Okay, so, there is not really a lot of times, in between, we have the meetings. So this is the joint meeting, right? And then there's our individual
We
meeting.
get a lot earlier with you.
And are you getting those? I get the meeting announcement, that's it. It's like, we were talking about the draft. You guys are just talking about. Yeah. The Bill 66 draft in Central. Yes. Yes. I never see any of this stuff. Yeah, that one, that came to my desk. There was a meeting that was called, I'm the new chair. Officially. Thomas and Diane are gonna be out for a couple of months, and so I'll officially. I did have a meeting with Doug. President, and some other people as well. Morale us all together. We were educated on that, so we do have we start to have one draft. Really? So we're had this meeting today. Involved. And we're all wearing our t-shirts and stuff. You talked about this already. I understand. Our committee. I get it. It's okay. We have Rock open up his.
You're walking along.
Oh, you have a blast. And then also Adrian. And then it's a lot of, committee, if you will, somewhere afterward. Create a dual to the Morte. Yeah, type of fish there. We should decide on if there's any other. Now that we have something tangible. At Harvard, that.
No, they did on Zoom out.
That now. Oh, I received that.
That was it.
At City Hall.
Yeah.
But like the animal. Did you hear anything? That is absolutely. Okay, because you're now.
They
the joint.
They had two.
Right?
Meeting, right?
You're running the joint meeting.
And we actually alternate. They did be alternating between Lamar, myself and Robin as the joint,
Reset.
but within the
Right.
Northwest.
I'll spend.
And so I'm
Senior bio.
grabbing the communications and there's new stuff.
It's been 2.5 hours there. But here's the thing, it gets better though. When they, the same person, the same.
66 people or something.
Asian.
And then kind of parceling
The Asian guy.
Obviously working with Robin and Linda.
Okay, I know,
SB, she's on, she's the point on.
something like that.
Within our. I've been, talking up and
James-
kind of leading in the Vincent. conversation.
He does the 45 minutes of
But
bus
I'll
ride.
absolutely get you this. information.
Then I generally have, usually have interest in the Vincent Thomas and the Phillips 66 project.
Diversity.
So I would like to be looped in on discussions of that.
Yeah, I was,
Reworded it.
a lot of the communications. that
Reworded
got transitioned in from.
It's
and
9 o'clock.
Diana.
They
A
sent
lot of the
40
40
minutes the
they're out of pocket. To a certain
regular meeting, which was about neighborhood.
me understanding the people and the who's who and who has the information, who has the good information.
With that.
But that's the thing.
Told me, I thought.
Yeah.
I sent her just a lot of. And she.
Get my project management hat on as soon
Set
as
up.
possible.
He came. Is that right?
But,
And
it's a good draft.
For the 42 meeting.
I think that's when.
Me and Lenny and whoever.
But
So the idea is that we would start with this draft and alter it as we, as per our Northwest, and then
Assuming so.
Yeah.
Follow a similar format, like comments, keep them, repeat them, if you want change.
Yeah. It's like a body. It's basically a body. And
I wanted to.
it's gonna be adding on their particular, it's really good. The mission, as a non-engineer.
Maybe like.
The issues are the environment.
Yes.
Actually, surround remediation,
like to make a recommendation. You know, we do this every 10 years. The commissioners need to be elected.
Again, I'm not talking for you or anything like that.
It's an interesting, yeah, I mean, yeah.
We'll get a plan because it's, I'm sure it's special interest. So.
I would say the biggest concern around that is that
I
you
mean,
have to look at the jobs that they are taking away. What we will see is a loss of that, which they just that done in an economic analysis.
yeah.
Until you.
It was so stupid.
Whatever jobs they brought in,
Really, you know, I
spending money that those people bring in the market. Affected jobs, let's say, owners that were selling to those people that had those.
I mean, I watched,
If we're gonna have an equivalent exchange for the warehouse job. You know, I don't personally think so, because to my knowledge, for factory workers are
so that's something I would like to.
paid than a warehouse worker. Could be wrong, but that is an assumption that I've heard.
Commissioner,
So that would be my only question.
Again,
Again, the fact that they are swapping out that much warehouse to supply that many jobs, and that's what we're arguing and significant for. Okay, well, you know, what type of actual impact are we gonna see from those types of things? Are those jobs ones that give people disposable income, or are those jobs that meet their standards? So now all the extra jobs that they would have created, leaving that finery there,
major topics that we're talking about.
you'll see that suffering in small businesses and actually all that. Now there's no disposable income to go out.
Yeah.
On many of the restaurant or.
Not
retailers, so you don't-
level of employment.
Yeah, again, it's, but yeah, it's.
I mean, it's so sad. It's,
What?
you know, there's trade-off.
I mean,
Um,
I was very
And it's like,
very disappointed.
my whole thing with the argument of having like.
It's too late.
Warehouse buildings.
You know?
Yeah, is that the prettiest? No, but right now there's smokestacks,
I'd love to give.
and oil tankers and rundown refinery equipment. So
Yep.
which worse? Uniform looking warehouse buildings or
You guys are thinking about.
broken.
It's not gonna be a warehouse.
Yeah, there's.
Not seeing, what you're gonna see is. how
I
to do that.
recommended to.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you drive down in Harupa and you see all the Goodman and Amazon building. Like right off near 83 and Euclid and the 60, it's like, it's just a line of warehouses.
About 4 of us had the conversation.
I mean, and then we also, again, it's
Why the fuck?
balancing act. I mean, if you say no to that, then.
Yeah, no, I.
They have to listen to us. That's the other thing. They can just say, cool, I like your feedback,
Not
still putting the thing in there.
training.
So it's like, I think finding and picking our battles and then.
I think you're.
Evidence to support that, to basically say like, you want to put retail businesses in, you don't, let's make sure that those retail businesses to get through traffic. That way they can stay sustainable and you're not gonna close in 18 months after that happens.
Now.
You just have this empty area, not filled.
That's what the chief just sent a letter to planning asking that housing be included in the study because the
You get a.
incredible
AC in it.
filed in Orange County where they're doing like,
Mixed use.
like almost
I
villages.
love mixed use.
Yeah.
That
Right, it's down in San Luis.
parking constraints aren't as a necessity because you're building around the
Right.
fact that everything is within that area. I think that could be a
It's-
perfect place to do that because you have immediate freeway access. So if they do direct transit there,
Yeah.
right onto the freeway. It's not driving from
Yeah.
25th Street all the way down Gaffey
End up.
onto the freeway.
Even having to worry about.
Old
Lots of
Westminster
poor.
Wall.
Mhm.
So it's been in
Because
paper.
that's what I did with folks.
Doing.
You gotta have a plan.
walking Trail.
Right now, you guys are just like,
Total
in your
retail, it's gonna be cool.
you know, you need to get a plan.
And that's.
Something a little more exciting.
But then
It's
it's
just
just guys
a
like
more-
what he said, you'll
It's
only get
Like,
and all the, you got everyone.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Forget about all that crap. Get a plan. And you start,
Acres of parking lot.
you know what I mean? I mean, that's.
Completely
Right, that's.
But you
I mean, I think it'd be great.
You need to figure out what's doable and what's not doable. I mean,
Trails.
otherwise you're just gonna keep going along, not getting, you know, can't keep doing that.
People are gonna drive there to go.
You know,
walk.
that would be my recommendation, and I'm happy to sit down with you guys.
It's just.
I think
Safe park, I mean,
that would be great because I think.
Residents.
Yeah.
Because again, like the same thing, I would argue is like, okay, well, how many visitors does Harbor Park and Harbor Walking get?
Any, I
We've had walk there.
in there.
Well,
There, right? Like there are things to do there. So if people aren't already doing those things by just
duplicating it.
Information on Dunham, Jesus Christ,
Fascinating.
roster, nothing's been updated.
Because Wilmington is saying they need one.
We just have
Space in the
to.
Casa Wilmington address.
Yeah.
You're right.
Was they need to.
All right.
Street
So
is
the-
Ken Malloy and the lake.
Part that's not very maintained and
It's not,
Oh, no,
there's that whole
roster.
section, yeah.
Whatever
Use
that's
or-
who did.
All right, well, I'll
You
take
got-
a look at it.
We got,
But the
Okay.
question,
oh, for
I
the.
think everybody
Sure,
needs
so-
to, but I think
To.
is
They voted
everybody
her in.
needs to ask and listen with your own ears, is they're
Like,
selling the
gonna put someone-
investments in shopping.
They're gonna
centers.
do.
Yes.
And.
Well,
I said,
gotten
yes,
answers and you really have to drill down.
if we didn't.
Because, and I asked them again, I said, I just
Limited
want to be
service.
clear, and they don't
I
really
said-
want to answer it.
The board,
Because they said DECA, I guess, may buy it, the entitlement company,
Yes.
and so,
Just gonna hold on to it, package it, I give it to someone else who's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'll do the infrastructure.
I mean, think.
Heather, and I said,
Oh, I-
I'm not trying
It's
to
like-
be irritating,
Still-
but
I'm still on the
show
scam.
these renderings.
Might as well.
what you're
I feel like I'm the only one who.
That's gonna be completely opposite.
About
I wanna
the
make a plan.
in the playground,
The,
there's.
you know,
You
golf.
can write all that into the specific.
Say, we've made a plan.
So I said, you know, it's
Removing
that.
you is during a point,
Just
neighborhood.
shopping.
Problem with that?
And then the other
Get it
thing
together.
is like.
You do.
Really.
You need to get your shit together.
Fields.
I mean, and
As I
say
said,
that to people.
are doing free
I think I
Free
personally struggle with.
fields.
From my knowledge, from what I remember from the DECA meeting, when we had the person to come down, I forget her name, was very nice, answered a bunch of questions.
Heather.
You know.
It was the outdoor one is going to be free for utilization. The indoor one is gonna be completely up to whoever buys it, which then makes me go, they're
Now they're saying.
selling.
Now they're saying that we need to actually go out and. talk
If you are not
to Groups that may be managing those.
You need to
fields.
step aside.
Because I said, you know,
No, I have. said-
well, depending on what community you're in, some communities are talking about just a great playing field where they can.
It's obvious.
Soccer game.
Neighborhood council is not for
Who's
sale,
maintaining it? Who's doing it? Who's doing the reservations?
but
Can everybody just show up? and-
maybe this isn't for you.
So now.
Believe it or not, you're better off getting rid of the dead. wood.
Different entities
Okay.
thinking about.
Getting out.
Approach a major league sports team.
Because-
Right for branding and
Yeah, it
good
just,
public.
to manage
You know,
it.
I mean.
Here, the communities on expectation. So they said they're gonna go out to. No, you don't have.
I wouldn't put it past them if a professional like outlet comes and takes, because I know that that's like actually been an issue in Texas, is the Dallas Stars have been going around since the early nineties and just acquiring every single ice rink. And now they basically have a full monopoly on the minor program coming into high school and college. So people are like losing their mind because, you know, they obviously have a decent amount of spending capital to be able to kind of throw their weight to the teams of the divisions that they want to do well. So, yeah, it's. Do I want that? No, but it would be nice to be able to find a company that has disposable capital that is looking for a way to cater towards the younger demographic. They can definitely, that's in their wheelhouse, right? They maintain a professional sports field for attendance, for professional play. They could definitely swing maintaining a public use facility.
Don't walk in the door.
Yeah, so it's kind of long look ahead, but it's just interesting. But boy, I just was really bummed out. when I saw it.
Yeah.
From the 1980s.
You're exactly right.
I'm with you as far as, I'm a huge proponent on the mixed use. I love it because it makes it to where then, again, parking is a very important issue. It does suck when you don't have parking, but if you can facilitate ways where you don't need your vehicle as frequently,
Right.
it doesn't then make, oh, I had to park a block away. Not a big deal, because I have everything I need within my house, you know, within my living area. Starting to do that.
Years of bad, they're gonna start building the housing around the Del Amo Shopping Center.
It's-
It's gonna be fabulous. Like you said, you could go to restaurants, shop, do everything without.
I would not be surprised to see Del Amo, okay, I don't know the financials of Del Amo, but if it's anything like I think it may be going. Would not be surprised to see portions of that get turned into absolute mixed use or
Yeah.
living like
Yeah.
in the mall and they just retrofit it and not make it feel like a big mall.
Yeah.
Because again, that's the biggest thing that at least I've been studying recently is like using consumer data to actually ensure that you're gonna get the foot traffic
Yeah.
and that you're gonna actually get the occupancy that you need, because
Yeah.
you know, you can either be in like I'm blanking on the terms, but it's like some goods you'll go out and drive for. I will not drive 45 minutes to go find a barber.
Right,
find 5 minutes for a bar. So it's like, depending on the business and the scope of the business and what type of business it is, you can mix and match those to bring
Yeah.
proper attraction and then make sure the business can survive. And then you look at, okay, like what does the community have? They have this. Oh, maybe they could use a daycare center. Awesome. This actually pairs very well with a daycare center because it allows people to shop their groceries or whatever they need. But
Yeah, so no, I think it's like. But oh, well, I don't know if we can push back into this. I hope that they seem really dug in, so I don't know.
if you like, it's something I was talking about with one of my professors. It's like if there is a way for them to pull up that plot of land and then see every piece of federal and state and city funding that was available to them, it would make their decision process a whole lot easier because then they can do that gap financing for, because that's the biggest thing people are making is gap financing for affordable housing, because you go, you have to charge 60% AMA for 30% cost burden.
Yeah.
If there's not that number, you don't qualify for housing, and it's like, I know Denver, Colorado, they, in 2022, and they're actually just seeing the outcome of it. So they basically put a resolution through that mandated that any commercial apartment building over 10 units had to have 8 to 12% of its units as affordable housing. And what happened was the last quarter of 2022, they had 12,000 applications. And then the fall, like just for normal permitting. And then after that, there's none. And the amount of finished completed projects is like a third or a fourth of what it's historically.
Just discuss with the next.
Okay.
And they're-
Okay. Are you?
Me? So
Yeah,
so I'm
naturally, yes.
finishing my undergrad right
Yes,
now. The
but
focus
you would
on
like to be
economics,
on, you'd like to be
studies
on that
in
topic?
finance, and my economics focuses in community development, housing policy. That's where
Garrett
general
is,
focus
Garrett
is,
is,
but I'm applying.
Garrett
to
is
law school
leading
this
that
year,
topic.
And we'll be going to law school for joint JDM.
And I'm also on that topic as well. I think I'm on it.
Great. I mean, that's like, I've actually been very fortunate. My instructor, he's one of the head professors at Kennedy School and just he practices what he preaches. He works in Florida and flies to Harvard every week to do his lectures and just is literally and.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Interesting idea for if they, for some reason, can't get financing for the court building because it's leased through the county. Community land trust,
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Bill
And then
because
do
I'm just.
condos, sell them out that way, because that's.
Because, the reason why I every day I pray gets this financing is because I'm afraid that if he doesn't manage to go through with the project, it will become another ED1 project with no parking.
Do you know, does the court building fall within the opportunity zone that San Pedro has listed?
I think so.
Because if it does, that would be a great
Yeah,
way
so-
to shop around those credits, because that's something that will probably be going away here in the next,
Yeah.
like in the next 3 months, that's gonna be gone.
Yeah, and see, he's been traveling a lot, trying to, he's meeting with investors, so I'll see how he's doing.
Yeah, opportunity is gonna be a great way to close that gap financing, because I'm sure that's what he's running into if he has to have affordable housing units in there.
Yes,
It
and
nukes.
union labor, I mean, there's a lot of requirements.
Remember, it was the company that came and did a presentation for the development. They already had one going, and it's the sloped one that's like right over near here somewhere, maybe a little lower. They're basically, one of the main questions is like, why are you not doing affordable housing?
They bought it was market rate.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly the.
And he literally said, he goes, the only reason is because it's market. If it wasn't market, it wouldn't do it. And it would just sit there empty.
Alex teaches at UCLA in finance.
Yeah, and housing, yeah. So I was actually talking to him, 'cause I connected with him through LinkedIn.
Okay, good job, Kane.
1 weekend, 1 month at a time. Yeah.
I am definitely down to work on drafting something
Yeah.
specific for ours.
And,
I
you
just
know-
like I mentioned in my notes, that's something that I would not be willing to.
Yeah.
Put my 2 cents on due to the reasons I stated.
Yeah, we should come with our own research and, but we just have different timelines. So again,
You text me what times are good for you. Generally Mondays and Thursdays are my most busiest days.
Okay.
Outside of that, I have decent availability.
okay.
And that includes Saturday, Sunday, because that's just.
Still up on the screen, right?
Yeah, let me take all my crazy pictures, yeah. Yeah. No, thank you.
You're gonna eat that and what I saw,
That's not cool.
I know.
Thanks, good.
Yeah, always a pleasure, bud.
Okay.
Thank you. Pleasure.
And then I'm playing walking.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Good night.